So we're dry laying some tile just to get an idea of where the cuts are going to go. So we just use our spacers, straight edge, try to keep it square more or less. And we laid out the tile from wall to wall to see what we have. So if we start off there 1/4 inch away, follow this roll all the way to the end. So then we got about an inch there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this whole roll over that way so I can have the same here and the same on that end. And then over here to see how the bathroom is going to lay out, because what we don't want is to have like a 1-inch sliver, especially against the shower stall. So I started off with a towel there, a little less than 1/4. And this is rough just to see more or less. And also taking into consideration the width of the bathroom to see what kind of cuts and what kind of sizes. This I think would have to be the focal point coming through here, and then again the hallway. This is going to be the main hall, I suppose. We're going to put the bar over there and stuff. So what's crucial again is against this wall. And then coming down the stairs, you know, from here to there, it looks like we'll have a half decent piece against the staircase. And I already took a measurement from here to there. I'll show you how to do this. That's where the tile's going to end. So I'm measuring it out. I've got 83 3/8. So we'll just hook our tape on the tile using all the spacers. So 83 3/8. We're going to have plenty of tile on either end of the cut, which is nice. It's just a little short of half, right? So we know that I'm going to have a nice finished edge there, no sliver. I already checked the laundry. Again, we're going to measure. Is 5 feet. So we got 5 feet, right? And then we have a little gap there, right? So we're gonna say, let's measure this. We've got 2 1/4, one less to the wall. So we're gonna go 62, just to double check. 62. So the tile will be there, it'll be cut, which is great. No sliver into there. The laundry. And like over here, I just picked a random point, to be honest. And we got lucky by laying out the tile more or less roughly, because it gave us this here, right? So I got an overlap of tile, about 2.5, which is great, because if we start with my little line there, my intersection, then that means we'll be cutting the tile against there, and you're gonna have, you know, good size tile against the shower, right? Just over 9 inches. So that's perfect. I'm not going to start against the shower stall. I'm gonna basically start exactly like here, you know. I might move this whole row over. Let's take a look. So over here I measured about 2 inches, right? The baseboard's 1/2 inch. We're gonna put door stop. Not door stop. Well, people call it door stop or shingle mold. No. I can move this. Let's see, about 1.25 inches. So if I move this that way against the wall, 1.25 inches, which means just shifting this row over 1.25 inches, then I'll still have more meat, right? So we'll just, that'll be deducted about 1.25 inches, which is perfect, because we want to make sure that by the time we started at our starting point, that we don't have a sliver, especially against the shower stall, because the shower stall, we're not putting any molding. The tile's going to go right up against, and I would rather cut a tile, have a tile instead of 13, say 11 inches, 10 inches, something like that. It'll work out perfect. And by moving this also, if you pay attention, this is going to be moved this way, right? Because we have that meat there. And it will cut the tile here, which is good. And then if you look at the toilet, it'll work out okay if we move the tile there, you know. Let's say, you know, our lines are more or less like that, lined up with the toilet flange. That'll be even easier. And it'll look better because you'll have more meat of this tile around the tile flange. So there we go. Using our 1/8 spacers. Try to keep it square when you're doing it, because if you're off 1 inch from here to there, off of that wall, then all of this changes. So we use our square, we use our straight edge, just to keep it more or less straight. And this is the most important. It's laying this out so that you can get as much out of the tile and not have too many slivers. It's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be 100%. The most important thing is definitely your main run, which is all here, and then the staircase, because you're going to see everything when you come down the stairs, right? And then your main run works out well with no slivers against there, which the majority of the cabinet work would cover, and no slivers there. I checked all the doorways. We can check this one. See, that's exactly where the tile is going to end. We got 37 5/8. So just hook our tape on to the tile, and then we have 37 5/8. So you're going to have a full tile, and it's going to be cut about 1 3/4 more or less, inch and a half, which is perfect. So that works out good instead of having them running into the bottom of a 1 inch sliver. And then here too, I double checked, so we can hook our tape on. That's exactly where the tile's going to end. Alright, we got 86 and a half. So I'm just going to hook my tile on our roll. Take a look at 86 and a half, and it's perfect. You know, again, no sliver. Gonna cut a good size tile. Gonna still be left with a good size tile, and that's the key. This is the trick. Now, it's not always gonna work out 100%, right? But the majority, your goal when laying tile and setting and squaring off and laying out is to try to get as much full tile as possible. That's the key. So it'll look great when it's done. And then once you get started, now I'm pretty sure I know what I'm gonna do. This was a dry lay using the 1/8 spacers, keeping it square more or less, using my straight edge, you know, for a dry lay, something to give you an idea on how the room's gonna look. This is a great way to do it. Always do a dry lay, always measure, you know. It takes a little bit of time, but it's worth it. This only took us about an hour. And if it took 2 hours, 3 hours, it wouldn't bother me at all. Most important thing. So I'm just gonna shift my final decision in this whole layout. I'm gonna push this about 1.5 inches. And that'll bring everything over. I still have good sized tile there, right? And then I'll cut tile against the tub, which is great. It'll look okay. And that's it. That's my decision. To push that about 1.25 inches, the whole room will lay out perfectly. This over here, I just started off with 1/4 inch. Could have made it bigger, doesn't matter, stuck with the 1/4. Okay, so this here, what I'm gonna do is move it that way. I'm gonna take my measurements from my center here, measure off all the walls, double check everything, and then I'll get my laser and I'll use this before I even start any chalking of the floor. I'll use the laser, it'll give me a good reference point. Can't really see the laser going down that way because it's really bright in the basement. But I'll use this, then I'll measure off of the walls to the laser, and this is giving me the square. I always double check it. I even do 3, 4, 5 to double check, but that laser's pretty good. And anything that laser misses, your eye will not catch. That's a fact. As long as you use the laser, measure off your walls. If you have to cheat a little, you can cheat like 1/8 over, whatever. But you want to keep the measurements more or less all the same, right? And I'm going to use that before I chalk any lines. Once I have that set up and I'm happy with all the measurements from the laser to the walls, then I'll start chalking lines. I'll mark the floor, I'll chalk my lines, and there's a little trick that you can do just in case, you know, somebody wants a vacuum. You can chalk your lines and then get hairspray and just go over your chalk lines with hairspray. And the hairspray will make it, you know, pretty much permanent, just in case somebody wants to sweep or vacuum the floor and stuff like that. So you can try that little trick. I hope this helps, but take your time, do the dry lay. Even doing the dry lay, you'll see, like, you know, I'd love to dry lay another row or two, to be honest, but I think we're good. But the dry laying is a great idea. Another reason why it's great is you'll be able to see if there's any lippage, you know. I know this is just on one row, right? But you'll see if there's any lippage, if there's any play in the tile, if the floor is really off, right? Now, this one has a little teeter-totter, right? But the lippage is good, it's not bad, right? It's just on the road, just to give you an idea. This way you know what you're up against. You know, very minimum lippage, which When we're setting the tile, we'll be checking that.